Hey, what's going on? It's your boy, you're I mean, Secret Podcast, even more edition, episode 55. Straight up.
Let them know.
Boys, we're back for another hour for y'all Patreons. If you're a $10 Patreon, then you guys can hop in the call with us on this even more Secret Podcast. Hang out, you're I mean. If you have any questions about the trip or anything like that, you can come through, ask those. And hang out. So
straight up,
throw a little something in there for all my $10 Patreon homies.
Let them know
what I'm saying, baby girl.
Should they like hang out in the Patreon only, like voice chat?
If you guys are a $10 patron, you do want to hang out, just join in the Patreon only chat on Patreon only call on Discord, and we'll either go in there or we will add you to the call. One of the two.
Do we want to watch this video before we talk to the patrons? Okay, I'm gonna post it in here, and then Chris, you need a DM, right? Because you don't want to fuck up the
who gives a shit?
All right, well, I linked it. Let me know when you're on zero.
It's a bogged.
Yes.
All right, time code of the whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing. My bad.
It started at 36 seconds. For cool.
All right. Let's get it.
All right.
3.
Hold on, I gotta change the scene. I'm a
A nice guy.
All right. I am here.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Could I shoot? Don't breathe again. Oh my God.
What is this shit?
Cutie.
The fuck did I just watch?
I fucking love that shit.
That was an experience.
That was the funniest video I've seen.
He said flip it sideways. Then when he go to sleep, crazy.
Yeah, that's great. I cannot wait to have a California burrito tomorrow.
That's big facts, bro.
Oh my God, I'm gonna fuck some shit up on the dead lokes.
Bro, when you kept dropping that like on the streets, I was like, this nigga's really about to get us shot, bro. On God.
There ain't no hard motherfuckers out there.
You saying they all fake?
I'm dead ass.
I was saying the majority of the areas we were at, yeah. Like,
Yeah, no, they were.
You weren't dying.
There wasn't no dudes around, yeah. Like there wasn't no hard motherfuckers anywhere near there.
I forgot.
Although when we started getting towards that 7-Eleven that one day, Matt, I thought we were starting to approach the hood personally.
So I ended up I don't even know if we were anywhere even near it, but we was driving. I forgot. I may have been driving with Bree or in an Uber or something. I don't even know. But I was driving by somewhere, and on a big ass like building, it said like Rosecrans something or other, and I was like, if I am anywhere near Rosecrans, I need this vehicle to be turned the fuck around ASAP because I'm not a fan of dying, so I don't think we were anywhere near it, but it just was a place that said Rosecrans.
I thought that was in like LA.
That's
like
what
Compton.
that's what I thought, but no, I doubt we were anywhere actually near it, but
Yeah,
I just got scared
it
for a
must have just
second.
been some. It must have just been some dudes that was like, "Let me rev Rosecrans SD real quick."
Right. No, thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of glad we didn't go to LA. Like, I just didn't want to accidentally stroll into the wrong side of town wearing my shit. Like,
I gotta
my
say,
all
yeah,
blue shoes.
like, I don't know if the people watching knew that we were gonna be going to LA, but we were gonna go to LA. In the end,
it didn't even
it
matter.
doesn't even matter. But
Yeah.
I'm glad we decided not to, because one, like, on some fucking crazy shit, it just happened to be that Hannah Ray fucking Butler was in LA while we were gonna.
Isn't
be
that
in LA.
nuts, bro?
That's nuts. I'm not with that cosmic bullshit anymore, and fuck that bitch, because I'm now a great guy.
Certainly.
Yeah, for sure. You are.
Tell me I'm not.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm saying you are.
That's what I thought. All right.
Damn, bro.
So the $10 patrons, y'all want to come in here or no? Straight up.
Did you add him on Discord or anything?
Yeah, I did both.
Fucking fake asses, bro. Fake just like every nigga in Cali.
That's actually a fucking fact, man.
Like, the only person we met from like the podcast or something was a nigga that isn't even from Cali. Ain't that crazy?
Yes.
Because there was multiple niggas that said they was gonna pull up, wasn't there?
I don't know if a single one.
I thought there was a couple dudes. I might just be tripping. I might be remembering last year.
Hey, don't be nervous, bro. Nobody watches this show on the homies.
Ivan, how you gonna meet us in person and then be nervous to talk to us over the internet? That's crazy.
Ivan,
I'm McDonald's.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it to this day. Ivan still look like him.
No, he does not.
No, he
Yes, he does.
And no flames, but like that's rude.
It's not rude.
He literally doesn't look like Ham.
He looks like Ham if Ham was more cleaned up.
No.
Yes.
Just absolutely not.
Ivan, don't you agree? I don't think he knows
You
what Ham
remember
looks
that
like.
picture I leaked of Ham, right? That got me banned from everything.
I don't remember that arc personally.
Devil Gene says, I'm not a $10 patron, but do y'all mind if I come through?
That's literally
Yeah,
that's not how that works.
yeah, we do, man.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
kind
I'm
of
sorry, Doug.
I don't know about you niggas. I don't know how like jet lag hit you or anything. I am a tired motherfucker.
Me and Matt had something similar. I literally got home and slept for 3 hours and went to work.
Fuck.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Matt got off the plane and went straight to work.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it was not that's why I cut my finger today, because I was running on no sleep. You know what I mean? So like I just wasn't like as alert with that shit as I normally am.
Like,
Which
are
low
they
key
gonna
I feel
let
like
you,
it's workman's comp or something.
Are they gonna let you like fucking like sub out or something?
I mean, no, I'll probably just go to work.
What if you cut off your other part of your thumb?
I mean, like that's just shit that happens in a kitchen. Like you're gonna get burned and you're gonna cut yourself. So
actually, that is a fact. So my great grandfather ran a diner when he first like immigrated here, and he cut off a tip of his finger, and he just dipped his fucking finger in a bowl of salt and kept like chopping vegetables and shit.
Yep.
Sounds like it hurt.
Bro, when they had like alcohol and they were putting it on the shit before they put the bandage on, that was more painful than when I actually cut it.
Wait, they put alcohol on your fucking cut? Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, they had to clean it out somehow.
I know, but like, damn, that would have stung
it
like
was
a bitch.
so painful.
If you guys were in a hurry to get drunk, would you seriously consider taking a handle in your asshole?
You'd die.
Well, maybe not a whole handle if you're a bitch, but like maybe a shot in the ass.
Like, even if it's a shot, like that's straight into your bloodstream. Like, you probably will have a BAC of like over 0.1.
All right. What's the problem?
Only shot I'm taking is gunshots.
Period.
Because I'm sort of thinking like, That could be a very efficient way to get drunk. You get one shot at the bar back. Oh, let me take this into the bathroom. You just funnel it.
Bong it up your ass.
Yeah, you just funnel it right into your asshole.
Yeah, but dog, like when you drink alcohol, it goes through your liver and it metabolizes. That's how you get drunk. If you just have alcohol in your fucking bloodstream, that ain't good.
Why not?
That sounds like a good time to me.
I'm not going to debate.
Also,
I'm not going to debate
let's
science.
hold on. Okay, well then, Mr. Science Man, debate this. Let's say I had a track meet coming up, and I wanted to be the fastest person on the track meet. Could I butt funnel gasoline and run faster?
You know what?
I can't think of a way that this wouldn't work.
I think I might be the smartest man for it all day.
Abuelitas.
Or if I just wanted to break records, maybe jet fuel. No?
Or maybe if you wanted to melt steel beams.
Aha. Was 9/11 an inside job? Yes or no?
Yes.
I agree with you. I was just asking the question.
There's not a doubt in my fucking mind.
No, there's no way. It like for me for a while I was like that's bullshit. But there's too many things that are inconsistent about it at this point for me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna claim I know any idea who did what, but somebody did something, and that's no cap.
And it was that nigga Russ. Get him out of America.
Facts. Fuck Russ. Have you seen the T-shirt that he made
Do I want to?
right after Lil Peep died?
Oh yeah, it was like "Don't do drugs, idiot" or something.
Hold on. Let me. I'm gonna read the exact.
He was
shirt.
like, "I make records, not Molly," or something. Some lame shit.
No, it literally was like a Hot Topic T-shirt. This is literally like 2 days after Lil Peep died, by the way. Okay, it says, "How much Zans and leans do you have to do before you realize you're a fucking loser?"
I do remember that happening, and he got mass criticism for that.
He wears that shirt, and it's in like Comic Sans font.
I like to.
Okay.
Hmm?
I was watching the H3H3 podcast clips of the episode where they had Casey Neistat. Pretty interesting episode from the clips I watched, but they had a topic where they were talking about like brand deals. Brother Bear. Like, you know how like we've had some guests on, they're like pretty big. Like we've like heard about some of their brand deals and we were kind of blown away. In my head, I still had like a cap on what could be even imaginable when it comes to brand deals, like for people who were even bigger, I thought like maybe like 50,000 had to be like had to have been like the top.
Right.
And then I find out that like Casey Neistat has taken like a 7-figure brand deal
What?
for one video.
Must be fucking nice.
That's
Jesus
And the
Christ.
H3H3 like routinely have taken like 6-figure brand deals.
That's insane.
And I legitimately you have to understand, especially for H3, like that podcast, right? They do that podcast every week, and they have between 3 and 4 ads, like three and 4 of these brand deals every week.
Right.
Obviously, not every one of those is like a 6-figure deal, but they're all probably
Massive.
coming up. Like they've got to be. Over
That's
50.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're literally making hundreds of thousands of dollars an episode.
Right.
New goal.
And it's like legitimate, unimaginable to me.
Yeah. Same.
Because like
Every time
I'm
I-
usually hearing about like Raid Shadow Legends where like they pay like $6,000 for like a sponsor or whatever.
Raid Shadow
that's-
Legends has like honestly worked with every YouTuber at this point.
I be seeing ads for that on TikTok all the time.
Like that game,
The TikTok ad looks good, to be honest.
No, it does look fun.
they
Actually.
spend all of their budget, I'm sure, on the advertising. Which is
Knows what it is.
which is a smart thing to do, especially now that YouTubers are like, bro, like, what's up with not being able to make money? That kind of sucks. And then Raid Shadow Legends creeps in like, y'all want to make money? Bet. So
Yeah, there are 3 people in the Patreon only. Do we bring them in or what?
Yeah, do you guys want to just join the call?
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I fucking hate my life. Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's Bob?
Do y'all? I got one question, and I need you guys to answer this seriously.
Okay.
Do y'all also hate yourselves, or is that just a me thing?
I'm gonna co-sign that.
Not really. I don't hate myself.
What is that? Was that Gaming Sans that said that? The man who is currently doing slave labor. Are you telling me somebody who's doing slave labor is happier than me?
I mean, might be the truth.
I thought you were depressed. What the fuck?
No, I'm just frustrated and all. That's what
You just
Come correct, dude. Come correct.
No. You're gonna fall back and you're gonna get fucking depressed with me.
The only thing I only have is like stress.
What are you stressed about? Is it the slave labor?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Yeah, now you brought it up. I'm forever stressed now.
What about you, Ivan? Do you hate yourself?
Yeah,
All right. Why is that? Let me know.
I work like every day now.
So
Same.
what you're saying is you go hard every day, yay.
Pretty much.
Damn, that's crazy. What do you work at?
A grocery store.
I feel like everybody has a job at a grocery store.
It's pretty common.
I mean, grocery stores are everywhere. You know, they have to be. All right, Mac, you hate yourself?
Yeah,
All right, why is that?
hopefully I'm motivated. I'm being real.
Oh.
Retweet.
Kind of like what you guys were talking about in the podcast a couple episodes ago.
Hmm.
Oh, you mean when Quarter Color was a guest?
When we have quarter color on, it's like when PKA has on wings.
Jesus Christ, I still don't like that comparison.
I mean, look.
Oh
Okay,
my
look.
God.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Like,
Quarter
look,
Color and wings
I didn't want
are
to.
very similar people.
I didn't want to say it because Quarter Color was my nigga, bro. But like, you know,
I
man.
see. I don't think he was. No cap.
Hello.
So I want to have a conversation real quick. So when the conversation that me and Joey and Adele were having that night was basically about like Joey's perspective on like oh wow, that's interesting. There's a button to play ads now on the live dashboard.
Yeah.
That's weird. Anyway, so he was like basically he feels like, and let me know how you feel about this. You just be dead honest, because if you feel like and I feel like the way that Joey is, like he probably knows you in a way that, like he basically said he relates to you a lot. Like growing up, like I didn't even remember you saying
talking about
this,
me?
so yeah, you.
Okay.
Like how like apparently your dad called you a faggot all the time or something.
I mean, like, yeah, he did it as a joke, but like he did.
Yeah, well, I mean, like similar thing with Joey. Like, I mean, like his dad, I guess, joked with him calling him a faggot, or maybe like, I don't know how serious it was, but because of that, it made Joey literally think like he was gay growing up.
Right.
And there's a whole bunch of other reasons why he said that he relates to you and shit, and he doesn't. He feels like you look up to Chris and I maybe, in that that we don't treat you in a way that like is necessarily like helpful for you to grow.
I wouldn't say that, but I mean, because like I guess it's not. I guess my perspective on that isn't really fair, because like I do look up to you guys, so in my eyes, like, you know what I mean.
There's one, yeah. It's like what I was trying to explain to him is like in this particular situation, it's hard for me to empathize with you because, like the way that like you've said in the past, like it's hard for me to even like comprehend. Like when you say something like that, you see me like the same way that you see your dad or something like that. Like that's
Right,
not
yeah.
like that's a hard thing to understand because, like it's the same way as like I sort of look at Fats like an older brother because he treats me similarly to how my older brother treated me.
Right.
So like but
okay, so that's the same. Like that's why I see my dad in you. Like that's not the only thing, but that's one of the things.
yeah,
You
it's
see
like
what I'm
when
saying?
that's what I was trying to say is like when you kind of like whatever your dad is supposed to be, or like whatever like you see your dad as based on your experience with him, then like people in the future, like if they sort of fit into that archetype for you, then they will sort of become like that's like father figure in your existence, or like as like a brother. It's like in my case,
right.
You know, like I don't ever really like have like people that show up in my life and I feel like they like a father figure about them or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I imagine it's probably similar for Chris.
Hmm.
I don't know if like that makes sense to like for me, like it feels like to me that, and I felt like that way about you, Chris, too. Like when I met you, like sort of like you were like an older brother in a way, that because you treated me like the way that my older brother treated me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, like in my eyes, like like the thing is, like from an outside perspective, I could see why Joey would think like the way you guys treat me might not, you know what I mean? Like what he was saying. But I know that you, like, I've learned over the years that like you guys have my best interest in mind. You know, like you guys aren't being mean for the sake of being mean or whatever, you know? At least I would hope not. But, you know, that's how it is in my head. And so, like, for me, it's never been an issue. Like, if you guys, like, if I feel like I'm being, like, because you remember when it was, like, back when Quarter Color was still alive, like, y'all would start getting like that, and I would, like, shut down and get defensive.
Yeah.
And, like, sometimes I still want to do that, but I'm able to reel myself back and be like, they're not trying to come at you. This is from, like, a place of, like, you're being an idiot, you know? So, like, it might just be that our dynamic is a little more nuanced than you can kind of tell from an outside perspective, or some bullshit like that. But
potentially, I just wanted to bring it up because I do feel like Joey has like a very good way about him to be able to kind of see into things and have like a genuine, you know, not criticism, but like perspective on something, even if that, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
I respect Joey a lot, so like maybe if there was something that he was saying that I wasn't, I wanted to bring it up.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, again,
he also feels like, and maybe I just proved his point.
Yeah,
he also feels like that me and Chris, like he's talked to me in private before, that he sees like the way he sees the podcast is sort of like we're in a car and like I'm in the driver's seat and Chris is in the passenger seat, and then you guys are in the back, and then like the guest is in the back or whatever, and then you guys kind of pop in like the front every once in a while and kind of talk to us or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like a conversation between Chris and I or something.
Mm-hmm.
And like when he made that analogy the first time, I was like, you know, I kind of see
where he's coming from.
Yeah, you see it.
I mean, yeah, but like, I mean, certainly, like, I think more recently I've been like, I don't know. I agree with that to a certain extent, but I don't think it's like that severe necessarily.
Yeah,
I just think you guys are more like you guys are just bigger and louder people.
That's what I said when I heard that too. I was like, we just have. It seems like, at least on camera anyway, we have just a more dominant personality in general.
Yeah.
But also, it's like I noticed, because ever since he said that, I tried to be more self-conscious about it, and I noticed myself just instinctually during this podcast, like talking or trying to like get in a point while you or Johnny were talking. And I stopped myself a couple of times, and I was like, I think he may have been right, honestly.
Yeah, like I mean, I agree with that to a certain extent.
So like I was saying,
Jesus Christ.
No, but like, I mean, I don't think it's like so much where it's like, you know, Xavien and I are like in like riding bitch in the back seat. I mean, like, at least from my perspective. But I will say, like, obviously I'm like a newer host on this podcast, even though I've been here for like over a year now. Sometimes I do, sometimes it's not anything you guys are doing, but sometimes I do feel kind of like an outsider. At certain points. I mean, it's like, it's not like, you know, like this is the first podcast that I've done, like, you know, besides my own shitty podcast. But yeah, like sometimes I do find that, like, you know, if I have a point and then you interrupt me, I kind of just like stop talking, because like sometimes I feel like maybe what I'm saying is like not as prudent to be heard as like you or Chris.
Yeah. And it's not, so I appreciate that. But
wow,
Jesus.
I'm kidding.
Trying to have a heart-to-heart here.
I'm out.
All right, later, man.
Jesus. He just doesn't know how to stop.
Oh my god.
Did he leave?
No,
No,
someone
I'm right
joined
here.
you, fool.
Bet.
No, it's ZD.
But you know what I mean? Where it's like, I mean, it's nothing that you guys were doing. It's just like, obviously, like
I mean, yeah, 'cause
the
we've
newest
been-
person in the friend group.
Yeah, we've been friends for like years before, so like I get why you feel that.
Yeah,
I think
but-
if I'm being honest, if I can say this real quick before I leave, I think that like part of that, like also is I just feel like you have you don't open up as much as like certainly not as much as me, but I open up more than like anybody. I'm like a fucking open book, face ass. I need to go get my food though real quick. But like I feel like there's a lot of times where like you'll kind of like mention something that's happened to you, but you like won't want to get into it. And so in a way it makes it like just as like a not even just like from the podcast perspective, but for me as like a person, it makes it harder like to
sure.
you know what I mean? Like to like really end up like making that connection and relating with you in a way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
I'll be right
agree
back,
with
though.
that,
Don't
sure.
don't continue too far into the conversation. I'll be back in like a minute.
Yeah, but like to Matt's point, like I mean, I don't know, like because I grew up like with not many friends and like kind of a loser. Like, I mean, I still
That's a
am a
big
loser,
mood.
but beside the point. Like
Mood.
Perspective.
sometimes I feel like what I say doesn't have as much credence as other people in the conversation. So like if I have a point and either someone interrupts me or someone changes the subject, I sometimes like let it go because like I feel like whatever I say is not as I don't know important for lack of a better word
Mm.
as people that are already talking.
Yeah.
But it's again, it's nothing to do with you guys. It's just like I mean, like I've been trying to open up more recently in like episodes of late, but yeah, sometimes like I do feel like I retreat into myself a bit, but I don't try to. Man, I try to be as boisterous and as like idiotic as I actually am in real life. Because you guys saw me, I'm a fucking idiot in real life, but
Of course, yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, no, for me, because like I think it's different for me versus Johnny because I've also been friends with you guys for a good while,
Mm.
you know?
Yeah.
But I think the problem with me comes about where like I spent so much of like before I was friends with you, I spent a lot of time listening to you and Matt talk. Right?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
sometimes it gets to a thing where like that's like my autopilot, where like I'm like I was never part of the conversation. I'm just listening. You know what I mean? And I think that is a big part of it sometimes where like mentally I'm just like, well, like this isn't a conversation I'm a part of.
Mm. Interesting.
Which like I know might sound weird because we have been friends for a very good long while, but
Yeah.
like and it's not like I'm trying to say like I still view myself as a fan or any like bullshit like that. It's just like a mentally, like it was like a routine thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Shit's weird, bro.
Yeah, and also to go on that, I feeling like not part of the conversation, like because I'm not versed in like the whole Twitch streaming culture or anything like that. So like when you guys start talking about that, there really isn't much I can add to the conversation unless it, like something that I can actually relate to. And like you'll see, like when I talk about politics and shit like that, like I'm like super engaged and I'm like the centerpiece of the conversation because it's like that's something that I'm super comfortable talking about because I spend a lot of time researching that and making sure my opinions are nuanced. But like with like Twitch streaming or like different games that I haven't played, there's not really much I can add to the conversation in that regard. Yeah. I don't know. That's all I gotta say about that, But I mean, like, but to be fair, like, I don't consider myself like an outsider on the podcast because, like, very quickly all four of us become like really good friends and shit. It's just like, of course, there's always the mental block because like I haven't been friends with you guys for as long as you guys have been friends.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I remember there was like a huge like crusade like a while back. I don't know if you remember this, Chris, but like niggas really thought I was getting mistreated on the podcast.
Mm.
There was like that save quarter color bullshit going on.
Wait, what?
Like niggas really thought I was being like you mean like mistreated? And
they actually thought I was like legitimately like being bullied and shit.
yeah, like they said like they were trying to say that they were bullying me, and like to be fair, before this podcast ever started, I would say I got bullied, but everyone got bullied, so like you had to hold that, like
yeah,
but like yeah, I don't know. Like I definitely my main point is that like I always know that these dudes are like coming at me from like a place of like they're trying to be like constructive, but like they're also trying to be funny. So sometimes they got to make a joke out of a nigga. Like that's just how it be.
Yeah, for sure. And like, and also, I mean, like, I feel like there's like an unspoken thing where it's like, if we're shitting on somebody, like, you know, like me with this episode, you guys were like real into me. Like, I understand that it's like a joke and it's like funny. Like, I don't like internalize like being shit on if I ever get shot or anything like that. I kind of like understand that's part of the game, and like you always all mean it in good fun. It's not like you guys are actually like, you know, calling me like retarded, like legitimately.
Well,
Fuck you, Xavien.
You should be respected.
I can draw hexagons for my job, but I can't form a sentence together.
oh,
Any?
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, I definitely feel like an outside in the podcast, but you know, it's, of course, like I said, like, you know, I think that comes to the fact that like, even though we've all become really good friends, like in a pretty short amount of time from knowing me, like obviously, like I still have more to know about you guys, and
right.
like with that, it'll be, you know, I've tried to open up more recently, but like, of course, there's going to be a little bit of like a, I guess, a grace period, so to speak, of like, you know, you, so I can like relate to you guys more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah, I agree with Omega's point where it's like, you know, I don't think it's like you and Matt are like knowingly trying to overshroud Xavien and I. I think it's just a consequence of you guys have a more boisterous and like more present personality over the internet.
Mm.
And that's my perspective. But
And particularly you, Chris, who like
Hello?
you've been. What's up?
Oh, there it goes. My mic wasn't working.
Like you've been doing that like internet entertainer shit. You know what I mean? For like more than a decade.
exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like second nature for you. Whereas like I'm still trying to like figure out, you know what I mean? Like the best way for me, like in my personality type and my comedy and shit to like make that work.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
And I am also gay.
Facts.
And
Good
I hate ZD.
Period.
Yo, ZD for mod?
So
Yo, thanks.
Yeah, that's literally 0 tip on these motherfuckers for that.
What'd they do?
bro?
They gave me 1 barbecue sauce and ketchup when I asked for
Wow.
2 barbecue
What? One?
and 2 hot mustard.
Like a little
That's
like
death.
like pouch of like sauce or like a little cup.
Like you know when you go to McDonald's and they give you like the little
Only
things?
one. God,
And I ordered 20 nuggets. Like
what a bunch of fucking cucks.
Straight up.
that's a dead statement, bro.
Straight.
So yeah, basically I hate all 3 of you.
Huh?
and by all 3 of you guys, he means just me because I am 3 people in one body.
Oh.
Jesus
Oh.
Christ.
Now
That
that
was
could
Melly
be
speaking.
a fat joke or a psychotic joke. Take your pick.
Why not both?
Let's get it, forehead.
Weird Jim.
I wonder when I'll finally have the courage to end it.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Don't you dare.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to say. I'm like one more traumatic experience away, I feel.
Jesus Christ.
No, you're not.
Come on, bro.
That's too far.
Like, I don't know if I'm being dead ass or not.
You're
Like
not.
what do you mean by traumatic experience?
I don't know, bro. Like, if I get one more thing, that I'm just like, that's crazy. Like, it's just, it might be it for the boy.
Bro, if they don't send me my Popeye's chicken sandwich with my DoorDash next time, bro.
Just one more minor inconvenience. I'm like, you know what, dog?
You know what the? Jeez.
I think we live in a simulation.
I would not like that.
I would. Then I'd know nothing really mattered, and I could just, never mind.
Man, pavement tastes good.
What tastes good?
Pavement.
Pavement. Jesus.
Ooh.
You ever seen like freshly laid down pavement? It actually looks tasty. No cap.
Dude, it does.
I think that's how they figure out if people are mentally challenged or not.
This is very weird, champ, currently.
My knee is in excruciating pain, by the way.
Not
You should
poggers.
get checked.
No, I'll be alright.
Dude, you might have torn your meniscus, man. That's what happened to me when I tore mine. It just hurt like a bitch for
That's
like 4
what
days.
Bree said.
I thought the
that
meniscus was the little joint in the graduated cylinder.
Do you call him Omega?
I hate you, Zed.
Is
I
that
hate
not
you
what that
so
is?
much. It is, but like there's a ligament that's called a meniscus. But like, dude, I was wrestling my brother when I was a little kid, and like he tweaked my leg, and it was shooting pain for like 4 days, and then it stopped. And like now when I run, it kind of aches a little bit, but like I mean, it's fine. But yeah, I hope you didn't tear your ACL because that should take actually.
Nah, because like Bree like actually went to like medical school, medical school head ass, and she was like,
That's
she was
so
like
rude.
checking the shit out type beat. She was like, all right, so it ain't your ACL or your MCL. She said it was probably my meniscus if I did anything.
No, for sure, because this is the only thing you can really tear and actually walk on it, and like you'll be in pain, but like it won't be like excruciating. ACL, you probably can't put any weight on it.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. She was like, if you tore your ACL, you would not be able to move.
Yeah, it's apparently the most painful shit. Like when I tore my meniscus, I could like walk on it and shit, and it wasn't a big deal. It just kind of hurt for a couple days, but
You were a kid though.
This thing has
True,
called
but-
me old.
Yeah, you'll survive.
When Hannah's mom tore her meniscus, she literally didn't get out of bed for like 3 weeks.
Oof.
no.
3
Oh.
3 weeks.
Gotta go.
You ever see somebody and like every time you look at their face, they just always look really depressed?
Me.
Yeah, I see you all the
Every
time.
time I
So
look in them.
Yo, here's a question. What's the worst injury that you guys have ever had?
Heartbreak.
Break,
Okay.
break.
Okay. Yes, I agree, but physical injury,
I
Heartbreak.
got one.
not okay. Omega.
does my hernia count?
If
Yeah.
it was the most painful thing, then yes.
Yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah.
was the single most painful thing I've ever experienced.
I hear it's like literally you can't even cough without like shooting pain in your stomach.
Okay, no, so like the way mine was is it was in my groin, right?
Ooh.
That's so
And-
sexy.
Like it could like
Tell me what I could do, bro.
when I would walk around, it would like flare up.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
And when that would happen, this shit like it was literally I couldn't walk. Like that it was just
yeah.
shooting pain.
That's how bad he hit it.
You're disgusting.
Oh. Yeah.
What did I say, Louise?
I crack my neck in the hopes that it breaks.
All right, Matt, what was yours?
I'm knock on wood. I've never really been injured like that.
Well, wasn't your hemorrhoid pretty bad?
I don't know if that's an injury.
Yeah, I think it's just a piece of meat that's sticking out.
Okay, okay, I'll make it broader now. Ailment.
I still don't know if that would be it. It might be when I thought I had twisted my balls.
Oh, the torsion, testicular torsion.
Toast
Yeah,
is
that
not
was-
testicular torsion.
That's why he's asexual then.
Wait, Toasty had one?
Yeah.
Did he get it taken care of?
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh, that's good.
Oh.
I mean, that's a fair question to
I thought
ask.
he
If you
was serious.
if you literally don't get that fixed within 2 hours, you're just like period point blank. You can't have kids.
Yeah, you're down to one ball.
All the
Like
dead
that.
logs. How
Yeah,
do I-
because like
how do
if
I
you cut
tie
off
them niggas
blood flow to your
together?
if you cut off blood flow to your balls, then like the sperm will die, and then if you all the sperm die, they can't be stored anywhere, and then it's
So you
all
can't just
gone.
like Battlefield 3 like res them or nothing?
I mean, like it's kind of like, I mean, not a perfect analogy, but like like brain death. It's like if you go a long time without oxygen to your brain, basically the cells just die. It's kind of similar with the testicle. It's like you cut off blood flow and shit like that.
But if that were
to
true,
the
then how come zombies exist?
Whoa.
Well, that's something different, I think. I think they just.
He did just hit you with a bar. I'm not even gonna cap on you, bro.
Jesus Christ, am I the
Well-
one with a PhD here? Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
I fucking hate you, Chris.
Not more than I hate me.
I think my worst injury was I was playing pickup baseball with my brother, and he hit a fucking line drive and it hit me straight in the temple.
Mm.
The doctor said I was really lucky I didn't go blind. And basically, like, No, seriously, the words McGregor from the baseball were on my forehead for a good like 2 days or so because it hit me so hard.
You should be lucky you didn't go blind, because then Chris never would have let you on this podcast.
That's a
Oh
fact.
my god.
Jesus
If
Christ.
that happened to me, I would have been unlucky that I didn't die. What?
Okay.
Live
For
yourself.
me, my worst injury toss up.
Wait, what'd you say, man?
My worst injury, I can't choose. I had 2 actual times where I was injured, and they're both probably equally bad. First one was when I was 5. I had just gone off the bus to go to school, well, to go home from school, and on my way home, there's this like huge tree where people just kind of dump stuff, and my friend was walking in front of me, picked up a pipe and just chucked it in the air for whatever reason.
Oh no.
So as I'm walking, the thing just comes back down, clocks me right in the middle of the head.
Jesus fuck.
Okay, but that's pretty funny.
That is
Josh
pretty funny.
forehead.
Thinking back on it now, yeah, it was funny, and I really only had like a little bleeding because I was 5, and I guess it's still soft, probably.
Jesus.
So no lasting effects that I've noticed. And the second one was when I was 11. Was I 11? No. Yeah, I was
12.
11. I was at home, and we had a garage, and the door that leads to the garage. I was just walking around doing whatever it was I was doing. My mom tells me to go get something from the garage. As I'm running towards the garage door, I slip, and my knee hits right on the metal part at the bottom where the door is. It's right there, just straight down to the white meat.
Bruh,
That happened to me before.
I'm straight eating.
Oh,
You know, I have a good question. Obviously, we've all here been heartbroken, but do you feel like you've ever heartbroken someone?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
I have.
Oh yes.
wait, what was the question? My HDMI cord went out.
I don't know what that has to do with anything.
like it's typical for men to have their heart broken, but have you ever like ripped someone's heart out like during a breakup or whatever?
That would require me to have been in a relationship.
I've never experienced that.
You never had heartbreak?
No, we're
No.
talking about have you
No,
given
I'm
heart?
talking L3 Gacy.
I'm talking
No.
about both. I've never had my heart broken. I've never broken a girl's heart.
Must
You're
be
still with that girl?
nice.
Huh?
You're still with that girl?
Yeah, bro.
Why
Don't
you
say
say it
so
like
sad.
that? Yeah, why'd you say it like that, bro?
Did I really?
Shit.
I mean, yeah, bro.
You were like this. You were like,
You got what I want, nigga.
Yeah.
You better be happy, bro. Oh,
Bro,
God.
I saw somebody tweet the other day. They said, if you ain't dating for marriage, you're dating for heartbreak.
Damn.
I was like, whoa.
Damn.
That's a bar and a half.
Yeah,
the
that shit
fuck?
was- that
I
shit was
really
straight
am.
rhymed.
Maybe I should seek help.
BetterHelp.com is a.
Fire. That was fire.
But yes, to answer your question, Matt, I have broken a girl's heart. It was really bad.
What'd you do?
So
Killed her.
basically, all right. So give you a little backtrack. So there was a girl that I was dating, like the girl I went to med school and basically used me and shit like that. Like, so basically, like for that entire year of senior year of college, I was kind of on the rebound, and so I started dating this girl who was way more into me than I was into her. But
I love
like,
that.
Nope.
it was I honestly, like, looking back, it is like, you know, a really scummy thing that like I didn't mean to do, but regardless. So she gets really, really in deep with me, and she tells me she loves me after 2 months, and me being awkward and not knowing what the fuck to do, I said it back, and I did not mean it in the fucking slightest. And then when literally a month from that point, I was moving to Chicago for grad school, I was like, look, I can't do this anymore. Like, I don't want to date you in grad school.
Straight up.
I have never seen a girl cry harder in my entire life. And I was like, shit. If I had just sacked up and just like didn't really reciprocate the I love you, that would have turned out much differently.
Actually, want to know the worst thing I've ever said to a girl?
Your pussy stinks.
Nah, this girl was just like kind of something similar. She was just like, like, I don't know, I just can't help this feeling. Jesus Christ.
No.
She said,
No.
she said, I just can't help this feeling. Like, I like you a lot more than you like me. And I was like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Cause like,
Wait, you said yeah, you were
Well,
affirmative?
cause like I didn't know how to tell this girl what I was feeling, and when she said that, I was like, oh my god, that's exactly right. And
No, Chris.
and then she was just like, then she started crying. I'm like, bitch, what's wrong?
You said it, not me.
and then she was like,
You asked.
she was like, do you know how that makes me feel? And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, oh wow, that was a really bad thing to say to another human being.
That's fucked, Chris. Jesus.
Everyone makes this thing.
Yeah, I was a mistake, and I continue to make a mistake every day. I wake up and don't put a bullet right in between my eyes.
Yo, what's
Okay.
good?
Jesus.
I'm really depressed right now.
Get over it.
Dude, you're the best weekend of your fucking life. You're not depressed.
Yeah, if you say so.
What the? You just said it was the. Never mind. Whatever.
I personally don't think I've ever broken a girl's heart.
No, that's interesting.
You're just a good person.
Chris, name me one time I've broken a girl's heart.
Alexis Texas,
Oh,
you literally
You know
turned her.
Alex?
You turned her into a lesbian.
Wait,
She's-
what? I'm stupid. Oh my god.
She said, this men thing, I'm good.
Wait. Can you please elaborate?
All right, so January 2017.
Okay.
Actually, it's probably the end of December, something like that. I started talking to this girl on Tinder named Alex. I thought she was cute, so that should mean to you that she looks like a man. And
The fuck?
and so like we talked for a little bit. She went to like Chile for like 2 weeks, like right at the beginning when we were talking to each other. Finally, when she got back, she was talking about wanting to see Split. I had already seen Split, but I wanted to go out with her, so I was like, all right, bet I'll go see Split with you. And I acted like it was my first time seeing it. That was the first time I ever did that for a girl. It wouldn't be the last. So we go see the movie, have a good time, go get dinner, have a good time. Next week, Xavien and Chris are coming. Anyway, so she comes with us. She's super awkward. I think it was like later on that day. I was like, what I'm saying, baby girl, what I'm saying? I'm only trying to see you straight up. Back then, I would like lock it down really quick.
Yeah.
I don't know, go with your mic, but that's dope.
Yeah. I changed my Bluetooth headset. I'm walking around right now, but go on.
And so that night I'd asked her if she wanted to be my girlfriend straight up. So then the next week I took her out. And she started crying in the middle of our date, and I was like, that's crazy.
Oh.
I remember.
And then finally she calmed down. She looked up at me like she was leaning on my shoulder. She looked up at me and she was like, hey, Matt. I was like, what's good, baby girl? She's like, I love you. I was like, that's crazy. In my head. And so I looked down at her and I'm like, I love you too. Straight up.
Oh.
Oh.
I did not love her.
I mean, what are you supposed to say in that at that point? Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I
Well, I
don't
never
love
had a
you. Anything
relationship. So I don't
Say
know.
I don't love you. In fact, not really even a big fan of you.
I mean, I did like her.
Or
a
you could
lot.
pull the Omega card and just say, I think you like me a lot more than I like you. So
That's
My
so
next question.
I've said that
like-
to another girl, haven't I?
Excuse me, sorry.
I swear there was a Malcolm in the Middle episode about this.
I don't
Anyway,
watch
we went
Malcolm
on
in the
like
Middle.
dated for a few months. After like 3 months, I got bored of her, and kind of got tired of her crying all the time. I was like, I need my space. And then I went over to her house. She tried to trap me by like poking holes in the condom, so I faked an orgasm. And the next week I broke up with her.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Then I
what?
got home and I felt terrible about it. And I like profusely apologized for it. Got back together with her. And then broke up with her again next week.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're just a horrible human.
I'll always remember that fake orgasm story.
I mean, we've all had to fake an orgasm before, though.
All of us women, bro. We have to fake orgasms
Yeah.
all the time for our men.
Yeah, totally.
Facts. Of course.
And then there's the other heartbreak that I did to a bitch. Except I never dated this girl, and I broke her heart like 3 or 4 times.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Talking about Dominique,
Yeah.
Oh.
aka Weird Girl.
Stupid.
You ever
I
broke
just
somebody's
remember
heart
we're
without
live.
even dating them? Oh,
Pardon?
that's interesting.
What'd you say?
I said, pardon?
I did not.
No, I'm talking about Omega.
I did not
Oh, sorry.
know we were live.
You didn't know we were live either?
That's interesting.
You guys didn't know.
You thought it was a Patreon call?
I don't know what. I was just talking, bro.
But yeah. With Weird Girl, aka Dominique, I was like, literally, this was me. Hannah broke up with me the first time. Or was it the second?
Who's to say?
Who's to say, honestly? So she breaks up with me.
Sorry.
I was trying to go see War Dogs. Jurgen wouldn't go see it with me. And I was like, fuck it. Let me just see if Dominique wants to go see it. Because we were like pals. And she was like, yeah, sure, I'll go. Now, it's worth mentioning, I asked her to go see this movie at like 11 p.m. And the movie was at like 11:20. So there's like a connotation there. It's kind of weird. And
That
then,
means she wanted to get her fucking guts rearranged, by the way. But continue.
but we go see the movie and take her home. It's like, all right, bet. Next morning, I wake up to a message. She's like, hey, do you want to go to the fair? And I was like, right then, I got my first indication that this might be a different type situation. So we go to the fair, have a good time, leave, take her home. She's good. Hang out a couple more times, and then I was obsessed with Whiplash at the time. And I told her about it. And then one day I was like about to watch Whiplash, and I was like, let me see if Dominique wants to come over and watch it.
Now tell them what time it was.
Like 1 a.m.
Mm-hmm. Okay, continue.
So I text Dominique, and I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Maybe it wasn't 1. Maybe it was like closer to 11. So I text Dominique, I'm like, hey, what are you doing? She's like, oh, I'm with my friend. I was like, oh, never mind. I was going to see if you wanted to come over and watch this movie. And she's like, oh, well, I'm leaving right now. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'll be over in a little bit. And so I go pick her up. And we come over, watch the movie. We're laying in bed type. Watch the movie. Movie's finished, and I'm trying to get back on Discord. So I was like, all right, so you want to go? She was like, nah, I'm good right now. I was like, oh. Well,
Felt like you got a choice.
I was like, I mean, anyway, so she ends up staying the night. So my mom gets home.
Ha ha.
Oh,
No,
that's
no,
not good.
haha, nothing. Nothing. So I wake up, my mom's home. She went out that night, and so like she wasn't supposed to be home, but she came home and she was like, "What's going on in there?" type, you know? 'Cause she just like walked into my room to say hi to me, and my door was open, and like it was me and a girl laying in bed.
Ha ha.
So she was like, "That's crazy."
My boy Matt getting some wet.
Anyway, I didn't talk to her for a couple days because I was like, I don't know, maybe it was like I kind of like pushed her away a little bit for like a month or 2.
Or 3.
And then she texted me on my birthday and she was like, hey, let's hang out for your birthday. I made you a special cake or something, and sent me like the eyes emojis and shit,
Aha.
and like the blushing emojis and shit. I was like, oh, this bitch is really trying to get it. And then I looked up at the moon, cried about Hannah, and kept moving.
Feels bad, man.
And so then, like maybe a couple weeks after that, I wanted to go see The Edge of 17, I think is what it was called.
I'm edging till I'm 17.
And so I texted Dom and I was like, yo, you trying to go see this movie? And she was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So I had already bought our tickets. So I go pick her up and she's like, oh, I haven't seen you in a while. And she was like, why's that? And I was like, I mean, you want me to be honest? And
This nigga
she's
is
like,
a
yeah,
completely trash human.
honesty is like a really big thing with me. And I was like, okay, like honestly, like I just think you're like really like way too into me.
Jesus, bro.
Dog.
I probably
This
said some
man
other
is
things too that were like
No, you
on
literally
that same
you
level.
literally told her, it's like, honestly, I just think you're weird and that you're a little too into me.
That is
Wait, what did I say? What did I say?
You literally called her weird.
Oh no!
I mean, she was kind of weird though.
Nigga, you led her on for months, bro.
I didn't lead shit, bro.
Oh my god! I
Like
thought
this
we
is
were...
this is a dead statement. Everybody who says I led her on, how?
Bro, she slept on your bed, bro.
Nigga, you called her over at 1 a.m. to watch Whiplash. What are you talking about?
If that doesn't sound like the most me thing to do to somebody, I'm an insomniac and I love Whiplash. I love
Right.
watching movies with
Okay,
people.
Okay, but you gotta
But-
understand from an outside perspective that she's thinking, oh, this nigga wanna fucking rearrange my guts. Well, okay.
Matt did nothing wrong.
Okay.
Period.
Oh,
Who's my stan?
Me, bro.
Gaming stan. That's my fucking hitter, bro.
He did nothing wrong. It was just her.
All right, Gaming
Anyway.
Stance. The guy that's never had an interaction with another human being gonna say that.
Yeah.
Hey, we were all there once. We were all there once.
I literally
I'm
was
still
there. You gonna get out of there, don't worry.
Then what was the next
Please
time I
don't.
hung out with her? Can't remember exactly. Maybe I had an interaction with her. I don't know. It might have been later. I think my next interaction with her might have been last year, like literally like a year ago, like maybe like a year and like 2 weeks. It was like right after I'd broken up with Hannah again, and I was in this one girl's Instagram live stream, and Dominique was in there, and so I'm chilling in the live stream, and Dominique's like, "Oh, just got stood up on this date or whatever. I was supposed to go see the Woman in Black or whatever, like that movie." And I was like, that sucks. I literally said that. It's like, she's like, well, I mean, like, why don't you take me to go see it? And I was like, nah, I'm straight. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, I mean,
Yes.
I'm not gonna drive 80 miles to go take you to see a movie. And she's like, what do you mean drive 80 miles? I was like, bitch, I moved to Richmond like a whole last year ago. You know? She's like, oh. Well, I'll just come down to Richmond then.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Dude,
Yeah,
she so wanted to get rearranged by you, Doug.
So she comes down to Richmond. I meet her over at J. Kogi, like one of my favorite restaurants.
This nigga still went out with her, by the way.
I mean, what else was I supposed to say? That was that was my reason why I wouldn't go. I was like, I'm not gonna drive 80 miles. And then she was like, all right, I'll drive 80 miles.
But you understand that's still leading her on.
How is that leading anyone
Okay,
on?
hold on. That is not fair.
That is fair.
No,
Victim blaming.
he said, he
And
literally said,
just
I'm
in
not-
case,
Oh,
Sorry,
hold
go
on, Matt. Let me defend
He
you.
said he moved away.
He said I moved 80 miles away, and she said, well, I'm gonna hop in the car. And so for all he knew, by the time he'd have been like, nah, you don't got to do that, she was already in the car
No,
driving.
that's not
That's
it.
not his fault.
that's a bad argument, but I'm gonna
That
take
was a horrible argument.
it. So either
But no,
she
no, hold on.
comes, and this is what happens. She comes, right?
Hell yeah.
Well, that part
Yeah,
comes later.
yeah,
So
she did come.
hold on. So she comes down, and we meet at Jay Kogi. We're talking. She finds out that I'm broken up with Hannah. She obviously already knew that. And you know, I was basically like, I'm saying I'm trying to be on my whole shit, to be honest. Like, I'm not really with relationships for at least a minute. You know what I mean? Like, I was just trying to let her know that, like, straight up. And you know, that like she got it, she understood or whatever. And then we go see this movie, completely bad. Like, I almost was like, let's walk out. This is terrible. Oh, it's worth mentioning that while we were like at Jay Kogi, like they were talking about like the connotation of like if you go on a date with somebody or whatever, and then you ask them to come upstairs,
Mm-hmm.
like what that mean. And so we go out, go to the movie, come back. She's driving me the whole time, by the way. And so she parks out in front of my house, and I was like sort of jokingly, I was like, "So you want to come upstairs?" And she was like, "Are you serious?" And I was like, "I told you I'm on my whole shit right now. You dig?" So
Jesus Christ.
so she parks the car, go upstairs, turn on Netflix, and
Yeah.
Wait, you fucked her? You never told us this.
I was unaware of that.
not gonna lie, a year ago I was hella embarrassed of the not embarrassed. I mean, obviously she's not a bad looking girl. She never was, but like I had just like talked so much shit, and she do look weird.
This nigga really is a hoe.
So then like she spent like most of the night, but she left at like 4 in the morning or something. I was like, okay. And she was like when I was walking her down to her car, she was like when am I gonna see you again? And I was like,
Oh my
Next life.
god.
I was like, yeah, I said I'm like not trying to be in a relationship, you know. She was like, that's crazy.
But
And she kept trying to talk to me, and so I was like, you know, I just told her straight up, I was like, you know, I'm like really not trying to be in a relationship. I'm not trying to talk like this. So I'm gonna need this to chill. And I just stopped replying to her, and then like on my birthday last year, she sent me a text where she was like, "Happy birthday," and then I didn't reply to that. And like an hour later, she sent me like this huge paragraph, like multiple scrolls on a text message,
I hate them shits, bro.
where she was like basically like saying like that she'd loved me since we were in like the 6th grade, and that like she was only dating my old roommate to get closer to me, and like
Jesus
that she, like
Christ.
this, that, and the other. And I was like, damn, I'm glad I used a condom.
You didn't say that.
No, I never replied.
Oh, okay.
Actually, that was when I blocked her number.
oh,
And well, that's not the end of this podcast, Don. Jesus Christ.
The Even More Secret Podcast. Thank you guys for watching. Matt is a horrible human.